So, how do you fine-tune your images after you have decided on a topic, a background, a style, and a descriptor? It is all about using parameters to get that last image quality boost, and that's why it is located at the very end of the prompt. Parameters are like programming-ish codes we put as suffixes to our prompt to more finely control how the image appears. To use them, you use 2 dashes, the parameters, a space, and a value. Remember, no commas between variables. Commas are soft breaks for prompts and are not used at the end with parameters. The most important parameter that you're going to probably use all the time is the aspect ratio parameter, the one thing that changes the entire dimension of your image. If you leave it blank, the default image will be a square. But you can also change it to --AR space 16 by 9 will give you a widescreen image. --AR space 2 by 3 will give you an iPhone style image. Another parameter that you can experiment with is the chaos parameter, and it is done with --C. It will control how closely the AI sticks to your prompt, how much freedom you are giving AI to take your prompt and not follow it exactly word for word. We do this when we are experimenting with images and not quite committed on exactly the look we are going for. You kind of want AI to surprise you to what's possible. The default for the chaos parameter is 0, and the range is from 0 to 100. --C 25 will let the AI change the prompt a small amount. --C 50 will let the AI change the prompt a larger amount. If you select a value larger than 50, it usually doesn't have that much of a change, except in certain cases. Another parameter is the stylized parameter, and this is done by --S. This parameter controls how much noise is generated, or more simply, how much the AI allows stylized and surreal changes to affect the image. The default for the stylized parameter is 100. The range is from 0 to 1000. --S0 will keep the image very realistic, closer to the style and keywords you are using. This is what you will put in if you want your photos to be as realistic as possible. --S100 allows a small amount of creativity, which is the default setting. And if that's what you want, you don't need to type anything and it will be using this setting. --250 is a medium amount of creativity. And --S750 is a very high amount of creativity, good for surreal or impressionistic images. Let's talk about some bonus parameters that you probably won't use often, but it's nice to know that they're there. The version parameter is done by using --V and the version number. This is if you wanted to use an older version of Midjourney, like version 5 or 4 or 3. But if you want to use the most recent version, just don't put anything, and it is automatically the default. Want to spice up your images and make it look fun? Then try the Ninja parameter. It's done by using --Ninja, and it will take whatever image you are creating and give it an anime look. Let's say you have a prompt that gives you an elegant-looking woman in a sleek black dress sitting at a poker table. Wonder how you can turn this realistic image and turn it into a cartoon or anime? Wonder no more. Use the Ninja parameter to instantly turn that girl into an anime character. In one image, she looks more like a villain, a boss that you have to defeat if you are James Bond. And lastly, we have the quality parameter. It is done using the --Q, space, and the quality value. Most of the time, you will use --Q2, which is standard quality. Sometimes you can experiment and try --Q4 or Q5. Because Midjourney is always updating and changing, this may or may not work. But the Q2 is usually always available as the standard.